All right, so in most cases, a lot of people think fashion designing is just to sew, just to cut and sew. They don't know that they have a lot of things we buy. So in today's video, I want to show you two types of hemming gum. Now, this is the original hemming gum, the one we used to we know, like the popular one. This one. Now, this is being sold for 800, 900, depending on your location and contact. So this is the regular one we use, and it needs to be doubled or sometimes tripled to make it effective to hold any part you want to hem on your outfit. But right here we have what they call the permanent hemming gun. Look at it, it's different from the regular one. This is not the smaller version of this, but this is another type of hemming gum. This one is being sold for 1,800. It's called a permanent hemming gum because we use it to hem our outfit. Once you hem, you cannot pull it out again, except you still use iron to melt the gum. But water cannot dissolve this, unlike this one. So now, if you're a designer, they still have the bigger version of this. They have this in this size, and that size of this one is being sold for 6,300 to 7,000 naira. That's for the bigger one of this. Do you get? And it's for permanent hemming gum. So imagine you are a designer and you are buying hemming gum for 7,300 or 6,300. How much are you going to charge? So, and the essence of this video as well is to help us to acknowledge that there are other bigger tools, better equipment, sewing accessories in the market that will help your work to be better. So I use this on my flap region where I want to gum my flap of my outfit. I use this to prepare my flap so that it can also help to make the flap to lap properly. So if you don't have money to buy the bigger one of this that is being sold for 6,000 naira to 7,000 naira, you can get this smaller version and use it for some unique areas, like areas of importance, the hem of outfits, the sleeves, any area that you need a permanent gumming. You can use this as well to work on it. So I just want to show you this video, and I think I'll also make a review why I am using this and show you the effect as well. So let's do this review at once. So right here we have our permanent hemming gum. So I'm going to peel it out. So you carefully remove the first cover, right? So this is like a net. It's like a net. So you remove this. So this net safeguards each layer. You get it safeguards each layer of it. It's like a net. So look at how beautiful it is. So it's permanent hemming gum. So I want to use it to hem the underneath area of my flap. So it's at a point where I want to hem. That is the point I will cut out from. I don't want this to waste, so this area already came out. So I will just bring it out from this way. So this is where I want to hem. So let's try it out for the very first time. Even if you iron it first on the fabric, then pull it out before you gum. But since that first layer came out, so I just have to bring it out that way. So let's hem here and see the beauty of it. So just tell me in the comment section if you will try this out in your next market you are going to go. Very firm, very firm, like it's stronger than the regular one. So it's something worth it, right? You can get it and use it for your jobs. It makes your work to come out as a better designer. So this area that has pulled out, I will cut it out and use it for my little hemmings. The rightful way to do this is to place this on top of where you want to hem. You iron it from here. It sticks to the fabric. Then you now gum. This is a transfer sheet. It enters the fabric, but then because this one already pulled out, that's why I'm doing that way. So I also use it and safeguard all the areas I want to hem. So right here, I will put it here and use it to hem that spot. So you see, the essence of this video is to encourage you to always go for good sewing accessories, good sewing tools, used to make your jobs to come out better. Invest in your equipment, invest in your accessories. So my flap has been prepared, right? So this is it. I will also show you subsequently the views. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye bye for now. So here I want to still show you more about this. So I want to hem this fabric. So I will just cut out this strand in this form. That particular length I want to hem. I will cut it out and then I will iron this on it. I will iron it on that layer I want to hem, right? I will iron it this way and then I will pull it out. I will pull it out. I will pull it out. So I'll make sure that the gumming is totally transferred. I'll make sure the gum is totally transferred. It must dissolve all through. So once you have gum it that way, you now pull it out. You drag it out from here. The gum has been transferred properly to the fabric, and then you now fold. So this gives you a stronger gumming effect, right? It's stronger. So this is how it is done. So the only disadvantage of this is when you have a bigger portion of area to gum or to hem, especially the sleeve. For those of us that use hemming gum to fold our sleeve hemming allowance, if you have the whole of the sleeve to gum, you might not need to, you might find it a bit difficult to or disturbing to use the whole of the fabric, the whole of the hemming gum to hem the sleeve, just like this one now I have here. So this is the whole range of my allowance I want to hem. So you know the number of hemming gums that you will put, because I don't like hemming only one spot. That one spot I will hem. The other area might have bubbles or air. So that is the disadvantage this one will have because of how expensive it is. So you know that you need to now bring like 4 strands of it this way and lay them and cut it out. So it's kind of going to be more expensive if you are hemming the whole of the sleeve, except you want to hem only the tip where the folding will be. But by so doing, if you hem only this tip, this other area will have bubbles or air. If you are doing all hemming through experience when you are using the regular hemming gum. So I think I prefer this to be at the edge for final fits or for final finishing. So you can be combining these two, just to save your resources. So you can decide to use this to lay 2 strands, while you use the other one to lay the tip to lap it up to be stronger. You get? So you can have the fan. So you can lay this off this way. So you can lay this way. So the final tip will be the permanent one will be used. To save yourself some gum, right? So you can lay 3 this way, and that final tip now, this final tip here, you can use this as well now to transfer. So before you now transfer, you will shift these ones and then get it to the point you want, cut it out, then iron it all through here, iron all through here, and make sure that when you are doing this, there will be no room for mistakes, because you will not be able to correct it or pull it out it will be hard to remove. So you must make sure that before you use this, you're already sure of what you're doing. So you can now pull this out. You can now pull this out. So when you now pull this out totally, you can now place these other ones here. You can now place them here. You now place them here, just like this, so that there will be no air at the other area. Just this way, right? This is just my own way of being economical with resources. But if you have the money to use the whole of it, no problem. You can go ahead and do it. So this is it. So you now hem all through. You know, one of the problems that hemming gum do have is when the tip of the hemmed area is pulling. You get, so that it will now make the whole of it to pull. You see how neat it is. So this tip now cannot pull because of the permanent hemming gum. Like I said, there will be no room for correction though. So if you are not sure what you're hemming, please don't use the permanent hemming gum except you have fabrics to replace at intervals. So you iron your sleeve. So this is all about permanent hemming gum and the temporary hemming gum. Some persons call it heat adhesive tape or magic gum. It has different names, but the professional name is heat adhesive tape. Or you can call it magic gum. You can call it hemming gum. However you want to call it, once you understand what I'm saying, you're good to go. So thanks for watching, guys.